If you struggle with procrastination, you definitely want to do this. And the reason I said definitely want to do this is because procrastination is not actually a problem. It's not actually your real struggle. It's just the symptom of a problem and the symptom of a struggle. What's the real struggle? The real struggle is anxiety. The reason we put things off is because we think they're not going to work. Anxiety is wasting present energy on a future outcome that's undesirable to me. And so when I'm expecting something not to work, I do not have the ability to put all of my effort in it. I may not have the ability to put any of my effort in it. And so if I want to overcome procrastination, the thing I must do, I must play a different mental movie than the one I'm playing when I'm seeing it not work out. How do I do that? Ask better questions. Instead of saying, what if this doesn't work out? Ask this question. How awesome is this going to be when it works? Congratulations, procrastination solved.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Counsel of the Day with Shanrae, and I am Shanrae. We are on week three, part one. Hi, Gaga, how are you? We are on week 3, part 1 of, again, activating our 2024. This week, we're going to be talking about in our career ventures or whatever educational ventures or whatever we desire to do. Let me start out with my website disclaimer. I have to start out with that, guys. All right. So here we go. Please be aware that due to the technology, the nature of the technology I'm using, there can be no assurance of confidentiality when using this online service. It should also be noted that due to changes in policies, that all replies are to be used as advisory and informational only, and it will not constitute an official determination. Information provided by myself, is subject to the limitations of current and available material, but the final responsibility rests for successfully achieving a goal rests with you. Information online is designed to be helpful. However, this information changes frequently, and it is recommended that you consult another physician, another specialist, and or another religious leader to aid you in your overall behavioral wellness. I want to pause here and I want to say good evening to my Facebook family, my Twitter family, my Instagram family, my YouTube family, my TikTok family, and my Snapchat family. Good evening, everybody. So glad to see y'all tonight. I hope that everything has been going well for y'all. Y'all had a wonderful weekend. All right, so let me get started. I am a degree counselor. I acquired a dual Bachelor's of Science degree in psychology and organizational management from Ashford University. My great passion is bringing healing to people who have been through traumatic or stressful experiences. And when we as human beings experience trauma or severe life stressors, it is not uncommon for us to feel like that our lives are unraveling. I help clients who include children, adults, and families to find healthy perceptions of themselves and to help them strengthen their relationships so they can know themselves as peaceful, complete, whole, and safe. All righty then. So I got this. My paperwork is out of order. I'm like I stated, I am a Christian counselor. So I want to go. I always give the scripture for, and this is going to be actually the scripture for the entire year. All right, and it comes from Ephesians 4:23, the NIV version, and it says to be made new in the attitude of your mind. All right, so this is an open platform. If you have any questions or you have any life scenarios that you want to share, I will pause and I will highlight your comment, or I'm going to answer your question to the best of my knowledge. If there's something that I'm not sure of, I will research it and I will come back and put the answer in the comment section. All righty then. So let's go over our key points for tonight. Number 1 is how to hack your brain's filter for success and happiness. Number 2 is the brain's filter mechanism and how it works. Number 3 is the RAS example for the career person or the person that's trying to move into just a better place in your life. And number 4 is how to hack your RAS. Then we have our takeaway and our quote. So let's get started. We got 30 minutes, and the 30 minutes is going to go and come by very quickly. Tonight we're talking about, and my theory comes from Dr. Tom Meitner. And I hope I'm saying his name right, but Dr. Tom Meitner. And he talks about how to hack your brain's filter for success and happiness. He actually conducted a research. Dr. Tom conducted a research about the RAS, and he did it on a personal level. He started with himself, in which he was his own subject for years, and a proven theory has been studied and proven 10 years or more. So his proven theory has been he's been working on this theory for over 20 years. Okay, so he used his own life and the things he went through as a test study. All right, so let's talk about the brain's filter mechanism and how it works. All right, we've been talking about the RAS, our reticular activities system. All right, and that's found in the back of our head here. It's a bundle of nerves that stimulates focus, attention, motivation, our sleep pattern, all of that. All right, so it says that we can't focus on all the information around us at one time. And you're going to hear some things being said over and over again, because, again, these are proven theories. And it says our brain, he said, your brain would actually explode if we actually focus on everything that we take in all day long. Okay, so Dr. Tom was saying that as he was sitting in his office, he could be focusing on any of the following things, and he gives several examples. And if we look at our surroundings right now, we'll see the same, any type of not distraction, but we just notice what our surroundings. And so he was saying, like, he could choose to focus on the color of his closet doors, the music that's playing in his headphones, the feeling of the headphones pressing against his ears, the taste in his mouth, what's written on his whiteboard, the tickle in his throat from a lingering cold, the sunshine that's coming through the window, the sound of his fingers typing on the keyboard, the feeling of the keys under his fingers, the feeling of his behind pressing against his office chair, his breathing in and out of his lungs, and the flame dancing on the candle in front of his keyboard. So Dr. Tom was saying, you get the idea? He said information is constantly being streamed into our senses. So our brain is designed to filter out information that is irrelevant to what we're trying to focus on, which that's a blessing. That really is. He said that his brain right now is largely forgetting about all of the bullet points that he talked about. I just got finished mentioning. The thoughts that he's trying to come up with in what he was writing down in his theory. So he said this filter that protects our sanity is called the Reticular Activating System, the RAS. So we all have this same filter, the RAS, the Reticular Activity System. And this helps protect our sanity, because nobody, I don't care how smart or how crafty you are, nobody can literally take and just focus on every single thing that we've encountered throughout the day. Okay, so the RAS only allows our brain to process information that we're focused on, and it keeps us from going nuts. Dr. Tom said it keeps us from going nuts, trying to process any and everything that has happened all at one time. So Dr. Tom was saying, look around your room, look right where you are. Look around and look for anything that's blue, any item in your room that's blue. So I'm looking right now. I'm looking at the pictures that I have, a couple of pictures that's on my wall that I'm looking at right directly, and it has a blue background. I'm looking at my own painting. I've done a couple of paint and sips, and so the background with the paint and sips are blue. I'm looking at I have a clothes rack that I hang certain things on when I'm making my crochet items and I'm doing my sewing. I'm looking at one of the items that I was working on sewing, and it has blue in it. It's a black top, but it has like blue colors in it. So we get what Dr. Tom is saying. And so he said, okay, now look for all of the things that have red in there. So I'm looking at the screen, the bottom of my screen. My name is in red. The typo that is running across the screen is red. The in stream button is red. I'm looking around. So those are just some of the things that are red. That's right immediately in front of me. Okay. So Dr. Tom says, did you notice how easy it was to spot the particular colors when we focused on them? And he said, that's all we saw right then. He said, this is more than just a simple trick of our brain, it's the key to understanding how to manage our happiness and even manage our success in life. So let me move this on. And I really like what Dr. Tom was saying. What we focus on is going to affect our happiness and our success. So Dr. Tom gives an example, a RAS example, and it gives one of his personal theories, was something that a study that he did with his own self. He said that in 2014, he was living the life of his dream, or living his dream life. He said that he and his wife just had their first son, their baby boy, and he said that they were paying off their debts like crazy. They were nearly debt free. Hey, Helen, how are you? They were nearly debt free, Dr. Tom was saying. He said he was working from home as a freelance copywriter, which that's very popular now. Anyone that knows anything about working from home, there are a lot of job opportunities out there for freelance copywriters, but they want someone that's experienced. All right. So, and he said that he was closing in on $140,000 a year. That's just him being a freelance copywriter at home. He said that he had security in his family, security in his career. And he said his wife, they were starting to look at buying houses. Then in November, he said his main client, and now this is 2014. He said November of 2014, his main client fired him without any explanation. He said his income dropped to nearly zero with just one phone call. He said he panicked, and then he started feeling great anxiety about his future. He said he kept saying to himself, I have a new baby. What will happen if I can't pay my bills? What if I never get another writing client again? And so he embarked on, he said, 4 straight years of not being able to pay his bills. He said, and struggling both financially and professionally. He said he eventually righted the ship in 2019. Ooh, that was a long time. And towards the end, he said, and towards the end of 2020, he had a fantastic year, both financially and professionally. He said he eventually righted the ship again in 2019. He said he started pulling in $125,000 a year, and he kept saying to himself, "I'm back, baby, I'm back." So then 2 weeks before Christmas in 2019, he said the same thing happened all over again. His main stream of income fired him without any warning. But he said instead of freaking out this time, he said his wife and he both stayed calm and confident. So that's getting to that RAS, y'all, that reticular activating system. How it keeps our sanity intact. That RAS. He said that he focused on the things that were still going well for them. He said he looked at the contacts that he had and felt good about his chances of convincing at least one of them to give him some work. He said he told himself that there was plenty of writing work out there. And he said they wound up enjoying their Christmas while they focused on the opportunities in front of them rather than the issues. Let me see if anyone has anything to say. He says, so what happened with this? He said he gained 2 new clients in January. He continued growing his business throughout the year and nearly doubled his income in 2021. So in 2022, he said he was on pace to do even better. And that's because he focused on his reticular activating system, or the RAS, on opportunity, and then acted on that opportunity. So let me move this along. Let's talk about this confidence, the confidence building strategies. And we saw the 2 different things that happened, 2 different directions with Dr. Tom, because again, he studied his own self for 20 years with this theory, with the RAS. So the first time this happened to him was in 2014, November of 2014, but he just freaked out. he focused on all of the negative, and it took him nearly 5 years to bounce back, because he said he was in a state of depression and anxiety, and all of this took over for almost 5 years. Then he bounced back in 2019. He said recovered even his income. And then it turned around and happened again December of 2019, where his main client, fired him without any explanation. But this time in 2019, he focused on the opportunities. He focused on all of the good things. He focused on different things that was going good in his life. And he said he and his wife and their children had a wonderful Christmas. And by the time it rolled over to 2020, he had accumulated 2 new clients, and double his salary. And he said, and because he decided to focus on opportunities and the good, he said his outlook, things were better. So the confidence building strategies, number 1, this is what Dr. Tom did in 2019 versus what he didn't do in 2014. Number 1, Dr. Tom stayed calm and confident. If we can stay calm and confident, I know it's the first thing that happens. We're going to panic. Oh gosh, oh God. But once we collect ourselves, and number 1, this is again confidence building strategies. If we can stay calm and confident, okay, that's number 1. Watch how things turn out for the better. Number 2, if we can focus on the things that are still going well in our lives, this here will give us that hope and that outcome that we're looking for. Okay, number 3, if we can tell ourselves that there are plenty of opportunities out there. Let me tell you something. The more that we keep, and this is like a good affirmation for us, these confidence building strategies, even when things don't look right, when it don't look well, if we can just keep telling ourselves to 1, stay calm, to 2, focus on the things that are still going well in our lives. Hey, Cole, how you doing? If we can focus on the good things that are still happening in our lives, even though something may have shifted a little bit. And if number 3, if we can tell ourselves that there are plenty of opportunities out there, trust me, as a man thinketh, so is he. And we know this, especially those of us that are Christian believers. And I started out by talking about the laws of attraction. Listen, the more that we say good things, the more that we believe good things, the things happen. The more we focus on the good things that's going on, the better our lives will be. So this is a light bulb moment right here. And I think that's right there, the light bulb moment. Dr. Tom said that things will become better when we focus our reticular activating system on opportunities and then act on the opportunities. So I'm going to say this again. This is a light bulb moment for us. Things will become better when we focus our RAS, or our reticular activating system, on opportunities. And then once we focus on the opportunities, then we got to act on them. Like we as Christian believers, faith without works is dead. Or as my pastor says, Bishop William Murphy III, as he says, what did Cole say? That's one of my favorite scriptures. I'm telling you, faith without works is dead. But like my pastor said, the will of God is not automatic. We have to do our part for the will of God to come forth in our lives. So both, and it's all saying the same thing. So Dr. Tom, this light bulb moment, I love what he was saying, that things will become better when we focus our RAS, or focus our reticular activated system, on the opportunities. And then once we focus on these opportunities, then we need to act on them. Okay, so that's awesome. Let's move on because our time is almost up and I'm almost done. Okay, so now let's talk about how to hack our RAS, for ourselves, so we can continue to look at the glass half full rather than half empty. So, Dr. Tom, this is taking control of your RAS. I'm sorry, and this one is, I'm sorry, where we at? Yeah, this is still him. So he says that taking how to hack our RAS, taking control of our reticular activating system is the key to putting ourselves into positions to get what we truly want out of life. I'm going to say it again. When we continue to speak good things and talk about the opportunities that we have, or the opportunities or the doors that are going to open for us, okay, with those of us that are Christian believers, when we begin to focus on these doors that are opening for us, or the opportunities that are coming our way, Dr. Tom says, putting ourselves in position to get what we truly want out. This will be putting us in a position to get what we truly want out of our life. Okay. He says success, contentment, love. It all starts with the RAS. I'm going to say that again. Success, contentment, and love. Because the RAS also is a major part of arousal, the arousal in our body. So success, contentment, and love all starts with our reticular activating system, which is back here. It's back here in the back of your head. So he said, here's how we can set it or reset our RAS. Number one, don't deny the bad things that's happening in life. Don't deny it. Don't lie to yourself. He says he doesn't subscribe to the brand of never react to anything. Stoicism. That some preach. Okay, he calls it Stoicism. He said we're emotional creatures, which we are, and it's okay to let ourselves react emotionally. Cry, get angry, let it all out in a healthy way. No sense in bottling it up. And I agree. Get it out. Cry, fuss, holler, but just do it for a moment. Don't keep doing it. Don't keep doing it over and over again. So number one, Dr. Tom says, don't deny the bad things that you're experiencing in life. Number two, he says to list out all of the good things that is going on in your life. Write the vision. Write it down. I mean, right. And if you can't think of anything at all that's good that's happening in your life, which that everybody has something good that's happening to them in their life. If you open up your eyes this morning and was able to throw your feet over the bed, get up and walk and go and take care of yourself, use your hands and your feet. You had eyes to see, ears to hear, your mouth to talk, a nose to smell. And food, I don't care what kind of food it is. You had some food to put in your mouth throughout the daytime, some water to drink. It didn't have to be the best of the best, anything. We can start right there. Dr. Tom says to list out all the good things that's going on in our life. So whatever the issue, focus on that for a little bit. Why are you uniquely set up for success in our careers? Think about that. What opportunities do we have? What do you bring to the table in your situation? What good news is going on in the world? There's good everywhere if we look for it. I'm going to say that again. There is good everywhere if we look for it. Okay? Take some time to really look for it and write it down. Now, I'm going to do a quick assignment really quick. If you can do this, I'm trying to see. Okay, we can't talk it in. I want somebody that's watching right now, if you can answer one of these questions. Okay, so number one, why are you uniquely set up for success in your career? If somebody would just put it down, why you believe and why you know that you are uniquely set up for your success in your career. Somebody else answer, if you want to answer, what opportunities do you have? What opportunities do you have? And this is anywhere, any place in your life. What opportunities do you have? I'm grateful that I have the opportunity that I can go on social media and I can, for 30 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday, I can get on and I can share different strategies and remedies for different type of scenarios that people experience in life. So that's an opportunity for me. That's what you know. Okay, so let's move it along. Number 3, Dr. Tom says, keep that same list handy. Where you answer these questions, keep it handy. You want to be able to review the list on a regular basis. Keeping a hard copy of it makes that a lot easier to do. So if you have it written down, or some people use their phone, but somewhere you can get to it quickly. And you start looking over the things and seeing how your life is shifting towards the good, how things are shifting positively. That list, because like I said, make that list and then check it off as things are starting to transpire. That's encouraging to see that your goals are being fulfilled. Dr. Tom says, number 4, find ways to remind yourself of the good things that you experience every day. Find ways to remind yourself of whatever good that you experienced that day. Set a timer on your phone to refocus yourself. Open up a document and freely write for 10 minutes on the good things that's happening in your life. Meditate on it. Do whatever you can to focus on the good and not the negative. Okay. Number 5, Dr. Tom says, turn off the bad inputs. So that means turning off the news, shutting down social media, and maybe even spending less time with certain negative people in your life. He says, stop exposing yourself to those inputs that put you in a bad headspace. And I agree with that. I can't, even if I sit down and want to watch maybe a show, a series, I can't watch anything that's too negative. Anything that has a negative connotation, I don't watch it. I call myself a big kid, so I watch a lot of animations. I watch a lot of family oriented things. Outside of watching the news when I have to, because I need to know what's going on in the world. But that's when I want to wind down. I do that. I watch a lot of comedy. That's what I do. So Dr. Tom is absolutely right when he says, number 5, turn off bad inputs. Number 6, start thinking with abundance and letting yourself believe it. So an abundance mindset is the goal. Okay. But you have to get out of your own way and act like a little kid. So when you were a kid, you knew you could be an astronaut or whatever you wanted to. If you want to be a cowgirl, a cowboy, when you was a child, Dr. Tom is saying, let yourself think like this again. Have that abundant mindset. So when you want, again, whatever you are dreaming of, know that it can happen. You can accomplish this. Just got to continue to believe it, to think it, to believe it, and then act on it. Okay, so, and then which is number 7. Dr. Tom says to act on it. This isn't about manifesting good things in your life just by thinking about it. It's about focusing your RAS on the positive opportunities in your life so that you will be motivated to act on them. Take the next step. Start building your business. Reach out to friends. Ask that person out on a date. And whenever you set out to do one of those things, expect success. So that doesn't mean that it'll happen every single time, Dr. Tom is saying. But if you expect it, you'll achieve it. And more often than not. So again, if you expect it, you will achieve it more often than not. So the reticular activating system is a really, really powerful tool that we all have. Okay, put that filter to work and stop letting other people and other things around us control our RAS. Then watch how much happier and more successful your life will be. All right. So again, we can retrain our brain, our RAS, but we have got to. I'm gonna say this really quickly again. These how to hack our RAS is, number 1, we don't deny the things that we're experiencing in life. Number 2, list out all the good things that's going on in our lives. Number 3, keep the list handy. Number 4, find ways to remind ourselves of the good things that's happening in our lives every day. Number 5, turn off all of the bad inputs. If somebody calls you and they want to talk mess, find a way to get off the phone. You don't have time for that. Find a way to get off the phone, okay? And just switch, or if you can't switch the the conversation, get off the phone, because you don't have time to let all that stuff get into your mind and get into your spirit. Okay. Number 6, start thinking with abundance and letting yourself believe the abundance. Okay. And then number 7, he said to act on it. So now we're going to talk about our takeaway. That's it. Our 30 minutes is here and gone. Our takeaway for tonight is, remember, the filter that protects our sanity is called the RAS, the Reticular Activating System. The RAS only allows our brain to process information that we are focused on. This keeps us from going nuts, trying to process any and everything happening at one time. So our RAS, we're gonna train our RAS to not focus on the negative, and to start looking at the opportunities, the positive things, the things that we desire, the things that we want to work towards being and doing. Okay. So then our quote for this evening, it says, make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. I must say that again. The quote for this evening is, make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. We can do that. We can do that by practicing looking at the positive rather than the negative. So that quote again, and it's by an unknown author. So the quote again is, make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. All right. So I'm going to move this on. If this is my theory website page, this is where I got my theory teachings from tonight. Let me open that up, and then I'm going to close it back for my fellow counselors. That's where I got the theory, the teachings from, the findings from. All right. So Better Up, BETTER up.com is a website for that offers life coaches. If you're interested and you feel like you need some assistance with reaching your goals, Better Up. They have life coaches. They will match you with a life coach that will work best for you and your vision. Now let's move this on. Ada Plus Community is a wonderful, wonderful community for people that have been diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, OCD. It is a wonderful community where everyone is supporting one another. It's online, and it teaches you how to overcome whatever struggles that you may be having with the ADD or ADHD, and also how to enjoy your walk. Okay, let's move on to the next one is 988 crisis hotline. If you know someone that is struggling, or they're having a hard time and they may be contemplating harming themselves, 988 is a 24/7 hotline that you can refer to them, call someone. They will pair the person with in a safe space with the right type of licensed counselor that will help them to get through this rough time in their lives. Anita, I call her Gaga. Gaga says, make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. Yes, ma'am. I love that. And I wish I knew who the author was who said that, but it was unknown. I love that. Yes. So 988 crisis hotline, and they're there 24/7 for someone that's having a rough time and they need just someone to just help talk with them and guide them through. All right. Now, this is betterhelp.com. Betterhelp.com. If you want a safe space to speak with a licensed professional online, BetterHelp offers affordable counseling sessions for individuals, couples, and their family. www.betterhelp.com. They are affordable and they're 24/7. Learning RX, I stand on Learning RX. Learning RX is a platform. It is an organization that helps people their IQ increase, and they have a known record for people's IQ increasing 13 points. Lawyers, doctors, judges, professional CEOs, they also utilize Learning RX to keep their minds fresh and stimulated for their jobs. But Learning RX is known for helping people who have had like brain injuries or are intellectually disabled, and they have partnered the clients with people with teachers who show people how they best can think for themselves, and it proves their IQ. Learning RX have been around for a very long time. I've known about Learning RX for almost 20 years now. And so I really push Learning RX, and Learning RX is affordable. All right. So I will see you all. Oh, let me go. So if there's a past Counsel of the Day with Shanrae series that you missed, or you just want to rewatch, go to my YouTube channel at Shanrae Price. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, and then select any past series that you would like to rewatch. Also, I am a professional one-on-one counselor. If you're interested in professional one-on-one counseling services, feel free to contact me via Facebook Messenger at Shanrae Owens, or you can contact me at my email, shanrae.price@gmail.com. I am a lifestyle strategist, and my aim is to aid you in your life's goals and dreams. I will see you all Thursday night. The time will be changed on Thursday night. I have an event, and I need to give myself enough time to get back home so I can from the traffic. I'm anticipating traffic. So we're going to start on 9:30 on Thursday evening, 9:30 Thursday evening for 30 minutes. And we're going to do part 2 of activating your 2024 in your career. So that will be Thursday night at 9:30. I'll see y'all then. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will see y'all Thursday night once again, 9:30. All right. Good night, everybody.